A woman called Social Security about her missing payment. But what happened next exposes a shocking problem that could affect millions of Americans receiving benefits. In this video, you'll discover how the Social Security Administration's new AI system is failing beneficiaries when they need help most, why wait times are getting worse despite promised improvements, and what this means for your future benefits and service quality. I'll also share a personal story that reveals just how dangerous these AI failures can be when dealing with urgent financial issues, plus what you need to know to protect yourself. Welcome to Financial Area, where we break down the financial news that directly impacts your wallet. If you want to stay informed about changes to Social Security, Medicare, and other financial programs, hit that like button and subscribe for weekly updates. Now, let's dive into this concerning development that's affecting millions of Social Security beneficiaries across the country. Recent investigative reporting has uncovered a deeply troubling trend within the Social Security Administration. A woman contacted the agency about a missing payment, something that should be a straightforward inquiry that gets resolved quickly. After all, we're talking about money that people depend on for basic necessities like food, housing, and medication. But instead of getting help, she found herself trapped in an endless loop with an artificial intelligence system that couldn't understand her problem, couldn't provide solutions, and couldn't connect her to someone who actually could help. This isn't just one isolated incident. This woman's experience represents what's happening to thousands of Social Security beneficiaries every single day as the agency pushes forward with its aggressive AI implementation strategy. The reporter who documented this case found that the AI system consistently provided irrelevant information instead of addressing the specific concern about the missing check. When pressed for actual assistance, the system would loop back to generic responses that had nothing to do with the woman's urgent financial need. What makes this particularly concerning is that the Social Security Administration is actively replacing human agents with these AI systems across their entire customer service operation. They're not just supplementing human workers, they're systematically eliminating the human element from situations where people desperately need real understanding and problem-solving capability. The agency's AI can't grasp the urgency when someone calls about a missing disability payment that was supposed to cover their rent. It can't understand the panic in someone's voice when their Social Security check doesn't arrive and they have no other income. It can't recognize when a routine inquiry actually represents a complex bureaucratic problem that requires human judgment and experience to resolve. But here's what's really shocking. The AI often responds to these serious concerns with completely unrelated information. Imagine calling about a missing payment and being told about how to apply for Medicare benefits, or asking about a delayed check and receiving a script about Social Security's history. This isn't just ineffective customer service, it's actively harmful to people who are already in vulnerable financial situations. The problems extend far beyond individual frustrating phone calls. Right now, if you need to contact Social Security, you're looking at wait times averaging between 32 and 38 minutes. That's over half an hour of your life spent on hold, just to potentially reach someone who might be able to help you. And that's if you're lucky enough to get through to a human agent at all. The Social Security Administration's response to these excessive wait times has been to push even harder toward AI automation. They've introduced callback options, which sounds helpful on the surface, but it doesn't address the fundamental problem. When you finally get that callback, you're still dealing with the same broken AI system that couldn't help you in the first place. What's driving this rush toward automation isn't improved service, it's cost cutting. The Social Security Administration has announced plans to eliminate 7,000 call center employees, 7,000 human workers who understand the complexity of Social Security benefits, who can navigate the bureaucracy, and who can actually solve problems when things go wrong. This massive workforce reduction is happening at the same time that more Americans than ever are relying on Social Security benefits. Baby boomers are retiring in record numbers. Disability claims continue to rise, and the system is handling more complex cases than ever before. Yet, the agency's solution is to fire thousands of experienced workers and replace them with AI that demonstrably cannot handle even basic inquiries effectively. The agency's own chatbot system provides a perfect example of how this AI-first approach is failing beneficiaries. Multiple documented cases show the chatbot providing completely irrelevant responses to straightforward questions. Someone asks about a delayed payment, and the chatbot launches into information about benefit eligibility requirements. Someone inquires about updating their address, and the system provides details about Social Security's appeals process. These aren't minor glitches or growing pains with new technology. These are fundamental failures that demonstrate AI's inability to understand context, prioritize urgent needs, and provide meaningful assistance to people dealing with financial stress and uncertainty. The situation becomes even more troubling when you consider what's coming next. The Social Security Administration has hinted at plans for digital Social Security numbers and other technological changes that will further distance beneficiaries from human assistance. But they haven't explained how these digital systems will work, how they'll be secured, or what happens when they inevitably malfunction. Given the current AI system's complete inability to handle basic customer service tasks, the prospect of digitizing core Social Security functions should terrify every American who will eventually depend on these benefits. If the AI can't help someone track down a missing payment, how will it handle the complex verification processes that digital Social Security numbers will require? Let me share a personal experience that illustrates just how dangerous this over-reliance on AI can be when you're dealing with urgent financial matters. When I was dealing with identity theft, I needed immediate human assistance to prevent further damage to my accounts and credit. But every system I encountered was designed to funnel me through automated responses and AI chatbots that couldn't understand the urgency of the situation. The AI systems kept asking me to provide information that had already been compromised, or to follow standard procedures that weren't applicable to identity theft cases. Meanwhile, the clock was ticking, and every minute of delay meant more potential damage to my financial security. It was only when I finally managed to reach a human representative who understood the complexity of identity theft that I got the help I needed to protect my accounts and begin the recovery process. Now, imagine that same scenario, but instead of credit card fraud, you're dealing with Social Security benefits that you depend on for survival. Imagine your disability payment doesn't arrive, and you need to buy medication or pay rent, but the only help available is an AI system that responds to your urgent inquiry with generic information about Social Security's mission statement. This is exactly what's happening to thousands of Americans every day, and it's only going to get worse as the Social Security Administration continues eliminating human workers in favor of AI systems that simply cannot handle the complexity and urgency of real human problems. So, what can you do to protect yourself in this new reality? First, document everything. When you call Social Security, keep detailed records of when you called, what you were told, and what problems you encountered. If the AI system fails to help you, specifically, request to speak with a human agent. Don't accept generic responses or irrelevant information when you have a specific problem that needs solving. Second, understand that the current system is designed to discourage you from seeking human help. The long wait times, the callback systems, and the AI gatekeepers are all intended to reduce the number of people who actually speak with human agents. But remember that you have the right to human assistance when dealing with your Social Security benefits. Third, stay informed about these changes. The Social Security Administration isn't widely publicizing their shift toward AI or the massive workforce reductions that are coming. They're implementing these changes quietly, hoping that beneficiaries won't notice until it's too late to object. Finally, understand that what's happening with Social Security is part of a much larger trend. Government agencies across the board are replacing human workers with AI systems that cost less but provide dramatically inferior service. This affects not just Social Security but Medicare, unemployment benefits, tax assistance, and virtually every other government service you might need. The woman who called about her missing Social Security payment represents millions of Americans who are being failed by systems that prioritize cost savings over actual service. Her frustrating experience with AI customer service is a preview of what's coming for all of us, unless we demand better from the agencies that are supposed to serve us. The Social Security Administration's rush toward AI isn't about improving service. It's about cutting costs at the expense of the people who depend on these benefits most. And unless something changes, the situation is only going to get worse as more human workers are eliminated and more complex problems are dumped onto AI systems that simply cannot handle them. This is why it's crucial to stay informed about these changes and demand accountability from the agencies that manage our benefits. Your Social Security benefits aren't just government payments, they're earned benefits that you've paid into throughout your working life. You deserve better than an AI system that can't understand your problems and can't provide real solutions when you need help most. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening with Social Security's AI takeover, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Financial Area for more updates on changes that affect your financial security. And leave a comment below sharing your own experiences with Social Security's customer service, both good and bad. The more we document these problems, the harder it becomes for the agency to ignore them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue following the stories that impact your financial future.